It's vacation week. Do not let me unleash the main on you, motherfuckers. That's for sure.
Let it out, bro. Let it out.
Let it out. I'll be like Medusa.
Get Lion King up.
I'll be like Medusa from the movies. Beers moving. I'll be petting cats, cleaning the house, posing Transformers and shit. My hair's all crazy. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hangout. Saturday Night Live, baby. Live here. Finally doing another show. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm sorry. I'm busy. I work. I apologize. But I'm on vacation this week. It is Easter weekend. And shout out to the Easter Bunny out there. Somewhere hopping along.
Boingy, boingy, boingy.
Little things
Here's
behind.
Easter Rabbit. Hooray!
Hooray, hooray.
Hey, I'm the bunny. The Easter Bunny's cool. He's going to bring me some cool tweets.
But thank you guys for popping in. I appreciate the big turnout tonight. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ladybugs at the Ladybug Picnic. Thank you guys for popping in here. The link is in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group to join us. We got a few spots here right now if you want to be on the panel or if you want to watch. Just watch us and pop in the chat and say what's up. I know Saturday night's a rough night. A lot of people doing things. It's not a big turnout type of night, but I'm trying to make it there. I'm trying to make it a hot spot. Trying to hold it down for James while James out. Shout out to Victory Saber out there, man. We're thinking about you every day. See you soon. The waves here, man. Get back on the air, man. We miss you. So holding down the spot a little bit when I can. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is Dust Mites, and yours is not. And go across my Google Hangout screen. First time. It's one's in here.
This is Mega A1.
Right on.
What's going on, people?
I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Mega. What's up, dude?
I just wanted to make an intro. That's all.
Man. I don't usually on these hangout shows or liquid therapies on Saturday. I just pretty much go across the line. But since you're here, we have to do the intros, man.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, man. I've been trying to get on for a long time, but now it's cool.
If anybody doesn't know, this is the man that's holding it down on the Realm of Collectors Instagram right here.
Yes, sir.
Main guy.
Putting in work.
So, thank you.
Oh yeah.
So, man, welcome, and we'll work through any technical issues. Don't sweat it. Don't get frustrated. It's all.
Robot.
This is what we're doing.
No, you sound good. You're clear. You're good.
Yeah, you're good, man.
If you start robot, and I'll just do this. You know what I mean? That's universal. This is a universal sign for roboting. Mo. Come on, there's nobody in the chat. Are you fucking kidding me? Slackers. Everybody's dying Christmas Easter eggs. Christmas eggs.
Christmas for you is a busy time.
It's only my fourth beer, ladies and gentlemen. It's only my fourth. It's only
I like to have Christmas eggs on the 4th of July while we're waiting on the turkey.
The tofurkey.
Those damn kids come to your door and ask for candy. Stupid.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's keep it rolling here. Eric, what's up, brother?
Yay, what's up, good folks? How's everyone doing out there tonight?
No, how are you doing?
I'm doing phenomenal, man. Just left the mother-in-law's house.
That's why he's phenomenal.
Oh, man, I love my mother-in-law. She's amazing lady, man.
Phenomenal.
She's like a mom, man. I love her. My wife is probably going to look like that when she gets older, so I'm in good shape.
By the way, his wife is in the room right now.
I was just going to say right off to the side.
His wife's in the room right now.
What'd you say? Why are you winking, dude? Like,
you just see that hand just come in and...
Well, we appreciate you coming through, man. It's a holiday weekend, but I'm very happy that you're here. It's also a good night because, a lot of people are just chilling out. No big deal. Hosting tomorrow, going someplace or whatever it is for the holiday weekend. But thank you very much for popping through.
Yeah, man.
That goes to everybody because I'm not doing that schmeal for all you motherfuckers. Keeping it moving. The man's the Pat Sajak.
That's crazy, man.
I think somebody else said Alex Trebek or something like that. It should be playing that Jeopardy music,
That's an inside joke, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Hope everybody's been having a good holiday weekend. Thanks for having me. Looking to have fun tonight.
Oh man, thanks for being here, man.
That's the new Steve Harvey, man. What are you talking about? He's on everything.
He needs to get one of those 1995 suits with the 3 buttons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ones that go down to your fucking crotch.
That's it.
90s, you know.
I'm gonna visit Portobello's tomorrow.
You're gonna go. No, you get it from Chess King at the mall. Benettons, you know. No, that's 80s. That's late 80s, man. I'm really fucking showing my fucking age. Shout out to me. All right, keeping it moving, one leg at a time. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey, you know, sometimes you only have one leg to work with.
Oh, Lord.
In the house.
Josh is trying to get a leg up on the competition.
Oh,
Yeah,
Really,
you
really.
can't stump me there. So
Really? How many times are we gonna beat this horse again? Just one
that's the
legged
only
horse.
way. Yeah, that's the only way to beat a horse is to death.
One leg at a time, man.
yeah, crazy.
And by the way, I officially hate my fucking microphone. I'm gonna throw it through the fucking window. But hey, let's keep it moving here. Caleb, what's up, man? The
What's
world
up, everybody?
traveler.
Yeah, apparently.
Been around the
So,
world.
It's a rough life. So yeah, midlife crisis. Those are fun. So
I'm-
anyway, hey, how you doing?
With what you got today, I'm really surprised you joined this and you didn't like get like a wrench and start building.
Dude, that's why this is
Right.
like destroyed behind me right now. So yeah, that's gonna be tonight. So
All right,
it's only 6:40 over here. So I got time. So
If you don't mind,
You living in the past.
we'll talk to you about that. about your little gift about your package today. Again, only 4 beers, ladies.
Oh,
Very
is
tight.
that-
Been up some 5
It's that type of show tonight, huh? Doug?
Oh yeah.
package talking legs. We're on
Yeah,
a
I guess
roll,
this is a liquid
man.
therapy topic show. And ladies and gentlemen,
Let's go.
driving 7 hours to get home from NJCC. He finally got home today. Paul is in.
What did he do?
That was me. Yeah, nice trip through New York. 7.5.
Woo.
Yeah,
It was like,
wife was in the fetal position a couple times going through traffic. So
dude said
yeah,
like,
new
yeah, it's
truck.
about 4 hours to get there. We're gonna spend a few hours and drive 4 hours home. Little did he know the ride home was 19 hours.
right,
That
miss
reminds
my
me.
kid's birthday next month. No.
It reminds me of my trip home that one time from Skullfest, Robert D and fucking Tyler L. Man, dude, I did not step into my home until about 3 a.m. and we left at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh.
It was just a fucking. Oh my god, it was torture.
Terrible.
Torture. Being stuck in the fucking car with Robert D. Oh my god. Shout out to Robert D. I love you, brother. There's nobody else I'd rather be stuck with.
That's what's up.
But welcome to the fucking hangout, dude.
Right on. It's gonna be a good night.
Well,
man.
is it? Gonna raise the eyebrow. Is it? Sure?
Maybe.
Well, that's what we're saying.
All right. All right, guys, this is the R.O.C. Hangout. Thank you guys for popping in. You see the panel right here, right now. We still got a couple of spots left. If you want to jump in and join us, please go to the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. Look for the post. Click the little link. Email it to yourself. Do whatever you got to do. I sent it to Gary Allen, but, I guess Tango doesn't need cash tonight. I don't have my...
No, it's too late. It's all
Yeah, we're getting close. Yeah, we're getting close to his bedtime. Dust, don't take it personal.
No, he's outside.
Oh, that's
Making shit.
There's too many carbs and liquid therapy, so he's staying.
Oh,
I mean,
That's why he hasn't been on in a while. Oh, real quick, it is my
dang, G money.
it is my vacation, and what I usually do on my vacation is I try to make rounds on all the podcasts this week. So let's see how far I get. So,
dust roulette. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that stopped at Tuesday last time. So
nobody's gonna. Well, it stopped it too well because Nathan came on Thursday, and we had NJCC, so I ain't got shit to do. So we'll see.
Now you're gonna hit them all this week, Dust, because I think we got figure banging this week. So you can
No,
make a
that was
guess.
last week, wasn't it?
Was it? I
That
forget.
was last week. No,
Oh,
no,
it
it
was
was
last
We
week.
may have to do a special episode with Dust Mites called Figure Breaking.
I think it's a figure banging week. So hop
Yeah,
on
figure banging week.
BTM on Tuesdays. I'm sure the guys on Friday won't mind having you.
Yeah,
so,
maybe I'll hit
saying?
Dakota now because Dakota does Stasis Lock. I'll hit him up, see about some Stasis Lock with my Beastie Boys.
yeah. That's cool.
But you never know with me, man. You know how I get in these moods. You might see like 9:30 a.m. Dust Mites is going live. I don't know. 4:30 in the morning.
He's just opening random boxes. We don't know what's going on.
It don't matter. Anything in my house, anything. Hey,
He's
man,
grabbing his neighbor's mail and
Yeah.
I moved
What's in my neighbor's mailbox?
I moved in a year and a half ago, and I still got boxes I still haven't opened. So
Nice.
never know. And then I told just random.
Speaking of
big
moving,
boxes.
man, how's the trap house downstairs? Anybody
Dude,
moving yet?
Yeah, I got someone in there, and she's probably hating me right now. It's an older woman.
Okay.
Of course, I can't get lucky and get the two college girls. They work out on,
Where does that happen at?
and not here, that's for sure. We'll see how it. At least it's not like like a 1-bedroom apartment where they crowbar 7 kids in. So
Yeah, man.
my last fucking neighbors.
Girl, I was about to say you spent some time in the Bronx, huh?
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about the Bronx. This was a Caucasian family that lived downstairs. I swear to God, the one youngest, she always ran around with like peanut butter on her face, man.
Get the heck out of here.
It was peanut butter on her face 24/7. 24/7.
Peanut butter's delicious.
I'm going to tell you right now, ever since they've moved, this whole section has been so peaceful. The birds are coming back. The squirrels are coming back. You know what I mean? The grass is growing. It's actually growing now. You know,
Maybe she just wanted a pet and she kept the peanut butter on her face to try to lure a squirrel in.
I don't know what's going on, but social services should have been there on the regular. But
the last thing Dust needs is more squirrels. We've seen that balcony action, bruh.
Yeah, the squirrel squad, man. And I know, and here we go, sidebarring again. But the squirrel squad, the landscaping crew came in and they cut the main branch that went over my porch, and that's the main highway. That's the interstate they used to take. They take the interstate that goes over my porch. They jump onto the wall and they scurry up to the roof, and they have a nest somewhere on one of these roofs on my roof. And then they climb down and they go on my porch. But I've been I keep throwing peanuts down, trying to bring them in, and they can't figure it out. They go up this one and it's too far. They can't make the jump. They go through another one, but somehow I wake up in the morning, the peanuts are gone. So they're finding their way. So
either that or the birds get them.
Yeah, shout out to the squirrel squad. All right, we're gonna get into this or what? We're gonna sit here and talk about fucking squirrels and fucking.
Let's do it.
I mean, I think
peanut butter,
but we can move on. It's fine.
All right. I don't even know where to go.
Squirrel highways. I don't know. Let's go. It's fine.
Check your notes.
Yeah, my notes. I got to make sure I'm reading the right notes. I got notes for Friday already. I got Gary. I got Gary notes here. Pretty good Gary notes. So shout out to Gary.
Shout out to G Money.
Here's a bunch of jokes. Somebody ever asks you what's your favorite beer? You know what I say? A lot. Keep moving. Just keep moving here. All right. So we've seen some trailers drop in the past week or so. One, of course, being the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer, The Rise of Skywalker.
Well, now that puts a whole new spin on it. That's great. Nobody can't get that out of my head now. Thanks. Dustin.
And then, of course, from the Star Wars Celebration, we had the Mandalorian trailer, which got me. So before we get into discussing the trailer, let's talk about Star Wars Celebration. I believe someone here on the panel has been around the world and stopped off at Chicago.
Yeah, that lovely place, Chicago. It's like I haven't been there ever. Multiple times now. So
did you go to Caddyshack's?
I should have. I should have went to Caddyshack and be like, yeah.
Dude, what are you doing, man? They just had their anniversary. They invited me.
Oh man. Yeah.
So, Caleb, you went
yeah.
to Star Wars Celebration. So if you can, just give us a little bit of a little taste of what what you experienced, what you saw, what was cool, what was not cool. And
So
did you run into a certain bone-faced person?
Robert Cranium Dome, I think that's what his name. I can't remember, but yeah, fine young gentleman. So,
All right, cool.
But yeah, so all last year, this is kind of part of my like nerd bucket list was to go to Celebration, right? So I'm a huge Star Wars fan. If you guys can't see all the crap,
I was going to ask you if you were a Star Wars fan or not.
Yeah, a little bit. But
I didn't check my notes. I
mean, the hat and everything here. I mean, just a little bit. But so one of the things I really wanted to do was Episode 8 had a really major impact on me, and I actually am one of the few people who loved it. Like, I loved everything they did with it. Like, I was shocked at first, but
all right, Caleb, thanks for coming by. We appreciate you.
Hey,
So, because that's what I felt like this celebration, like, because I've never been, because they've been in Anaheim. So, for all those that don't know, I'm in Southern California. Anaheim's a stone's throw away from me, and I've never been. I was just like, I don't want to do it. But this year, I was like, it's the end of the saga. Like, Episode 9's coming. Like, I want to go to the celebration before that, right? So that's kind of why I made these big plans to go to Chicago and all that stuff. And
did he freeze?
Either.
Did he freeze, or he's just looking?
Yeah, he's freezing up.
He's just building up suspense.
Hold on, wait a minute, guys. 1, 2, 3. Universal.
Am I back yet?
He's
back. Okay.
Morty.
Marty. My daughter's on a My Little Pony binge, so that could be Netflix just chucking our internet speed down. Anyway, but so it was a big deal for me to go. Like, I wanted to go. It's been a dream, right? So I was like, if this is any celebration I need to go to, it's because they're closing off the saga. I need to see how this ends, right? And I just want to be a part of that. So I was fortunate enough to there was a lottery system to get into the panels, right? It's kind of similar what they're doing with San Diego Comic-Con now, where there's like a lottery system. So it's
because there's that many people.
Yeah, yeah. So SDCC has been doing it for a couple of years now, and it was kind of familiar territory because I don't get into those panels, but for Star Wars, I actually got into the Episode 9 panel. I shot for the Mandalorian because like Episode 9 and the Mandalorian, that's my stuff, right? I'm a huge Mandalorian fan in general, so like I needed to hit that panel. I didn't get that one, but then I got into the Disney Parks panel, and then I got there's more to that later. It was like a Coke presentation. It was kind of funny. But then I also got I actually scored on the lotteries too, because I also got into the exclusive panel. So for some reason, like the stars aligned or the Death Star aligned or something.
Ooh, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, fuck you.
The Force was with me on this one. Yeah. But I got into most of the panel.
Do or do not. There is no track.
Oh, there it is. I'm in good company. I love you guys. But I mean, like getting when I got the Episode 9, like, oh, you're confirmed for the Episode 9 panel. Like, I screamed, like I was like, like I,
Did you squeal?
I did squeal. Calories that I burned in like a week because I jumped up. I'm like, God damn, I need to sit down now. But no, it was like everything that I wanted to have happen. Like it kind of lucked out for me. Like the Episode 9 panel, that's the reason why I was going. I wanted to be part of that. I wanted to see it, and then I got lucky enough to get in there. And then they actually had assigned seating. So on the lottery email that you got, it gave you a section to go sit in. And this is the convention center that it was at, McCormick Place. I'd actually been there a year ago, almost to the day, for a work conference. So I kind of knew the layout of the place. And they actually had the room that all the panels were in were off the main convention center into like almost like its own arena. So I felt like I was going to like a hockey game or something. So it was all like sectioned off and stuff. And I got, there was the main stage, and I was pretty much in the upper right hand section, so like pretty close to the stage. Like I wasn't on the floor, but I was just right above. So it was a pretty amazing experience, I gotta say. So
Nice.
That's
That's
cool,
what's up,
man.
man.
yeah. So
I've heard.
So
great
other than the
things about-
panels, what they have to offer?
I mean, the panel itself was just, it was, I mean, I got there super early because I was like, there's no way in hell I'm going to miss this, right? Because I've just, traveled from San Diego to Chicago, right? So I like woke up super early, which never happens for those that know me. That does not happen.
Mornings
like-
are overrated, my friend.
Yeah, no, screw that.
They
But,
will be this week for me.
So like they, I think I got to the line at like 8:00, right? The panel didn't start till 11, and like down here in San Diego, like I've done the Hall H thing, and it's overrated, right? I usually just say screw it, I'm just gonna watch it on YouTube, right? But for this time, I was like, I'm gonna get there early. So we get there early, and it's freezing because it's Chicago. It's probably normal for you guys, but again, so
That's 60 degrees,
It was-
bro. You want to fucking wear a
It was
coat.
51.
yeah, I was like, that's 70. What the fuck is this? Anyways, so I go out and they're like, it was actually pretty organized. I was actually surprised. There was like a lot of security on the streets and stuff. I'm like, okay, this is cool. So like the line was pretty orderly. Like we get in the line, you had to have your phone out so they could scan the lottery ticket and everything. And it was, people were pretty respectful, which I was kind of surprised about. I thought people would be like, trying to cut in line and stuff, but it was pretty legit. And then they were like, each panel, like each exclusive panel had like its own gift for that panel. So like when I showed up, I scanned the badge and they're like, okay, here you go. JJ wants you to be warm. And they hand me like a beanie, like an episode 9 beanie. And I'm like, that would have been
Nice.
super helpful when I was at the end of the line freezing my ass off because now I'm ready to go in the building. But hey, you guys, that's okay. And they had like, they had these chicks in like Eskimo, like, the parkas or whatnot. And they were like handing out Happy Meals. So like at 8:00 in the morning, I'm getting like a beanie. And they're like, oh my God, enjoy the show. And it's like, they're giving me like this exclusive, like episode 9 Happy Meal. And I'm like, sweet. So I'm just going into like sit down and like munching on fries and stuff. It was kind of funny.
Was it chicken nuggets or a hamburger?
A little hamburger. And there was no toy.
Of course.
I was
Takes the happy right out of it.
Yeah, then it's
that
just a
thing
meal.
from my seat and I chucked it at the
Right.
stage. I'm like, where's my toy, you stupid Kathleen Kennedy?
It's 8 a.m. No fucking toy.
Yeah, there's no toy. This is stupid. And then
Got it out of the blue. Not to put a toy in.
Were there-
Bullshit.
were
Let me
there-
get the kids. We're out of here.
yeah,
did they give you the apple slices and the chocolate milk too?
I did get apple slices, but no drink. I was like,
No toy and no chocolate milk.
Oh.
Foul.
Did you get the McDonald's land cookies? Except
so it was
Cookies were
it was
good,
cool.
dude.
Were the
Like-
fries cold?
well, yeah, I guess it was like 40 degrees outside or whatever. I'm like, yeah, cool, whatever.
40. Ooh, let me
Cool as fuck.
Yeah. Weird.
Christ.
40
Right
to
now,
him is
40
like
degrees
an
puts
extra
a smile on my
32.
face.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was for a big panel and for the experience that I was looking for, like it was the big show, so it was cool. I mean, I had to sit through some bad DJs and whatnot, but they try to keep it up and play up the crowd and stuff.
But
So,
no Manny Fresh? No DJ Manny Fresh?
yeah, right. It was like Star Wars nerds trying to
throw
be
your
cool on
blasters
stage.
in the air.
No, they put your lightsabers in the air.
Yeah,
And
it
if
was
you
all
wanna get
that.
some soda. Everybody say Yoda. Yoda. Sorry, I wasn't prepared.
But no, that the panel itself. Was
Other than the panels, what was there to do? Was there
So-
a dealer room? Was there like attractions and shit like that?
So the way that this place was split up, there was 2 main sections, right? So there's
They
like
got Paul.
Sorry, I get up at 5 every day.
Come on, everybody, let's make Paul talk. Let's get some oxygen in him. Talk, Paul.
I should have brought pictures to show.
I'm good. I'm listening. I'm
Sorry.
taking it all in.
You know how
No,
I do. I always sidebar, so get used to it. By the way, Hurricane BX is now passed out.
Video's up. He's out.
Everything's
At least he's not running the broadcast.
yeah. Well,
Whoa.
he pulled an old school Dutch mice that night.
That was funny as hell.
All right, okay, back to the
So like for what there was to do, I mean, they had the usual panels. I sat in a couple, like Doug Chang, who was the big concept artist for like episode 1 and stuff, and now VP of creative at Lucasfilm or whatever. Like, I got to see him do like a live drawing, which was, kind of harkens back to my past life where I wanted to be like an animator and stuff. So I was like super interested in that. But like the show floor itself, it was split right down the middle. There was one main room for the show store, and then the rest of the room, the other side of the convention center, was just strictly dealer room, right? So, it was, when I walked in, it was a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, this is kind of it," and then they had like this main stage set up right in the middle, to where after the panels, they would bring out like certain stars and whatnot of the various properties, and they would sit them right down in the middle of the showroom floor. So I mean, you're 50 feet away from like Daisy Ridley at times, because she's like up on the stage and you can just like look, right?
Who?
That one chick. It's fine. No, Ray.
Right.
So we're not. No. So like, and that was kind of like the main center area was like this just big stage, right? And it looked Star Wars. You had like the blast doors, and people would come out and stuff, and then surrounding all that was all the dealer booths. So you would have like a mixture of like Bluefin was there.
Oh shit!
Some of those guys were there, and then you would have the smaller.
There's a Bluefin.
They're the official
I
stateside
thought it was
distributor
Smurf
for.
Fin, I'm sorry.
Yeah, they are the main distributor for
tuna.
Bondi model kits in the states.
Yo,
Someone crept in the building.
Leon.
Yo, what up? What
Oh
up?
shit! What's up, Leon?
What's up, man?
How y'all doing?
No. You go by his
My
moniker.
rock in the house. My rock in the house.
Mike 44 in this biatch.
Yeah.
What up, dude?
Oh, not much, man. Glad
We're
to be able to join for once. Damn.
Also, dude, we're just in the middle of talking about Caleb's Star Wars celebration.
Oh, okay, sweet.
That's what we're in the middle of. If you see his annoyed face of this right now.
I think I look fine. I don't know. Am I right? Here, let me turn my video off real quick. Okay, there we go.
Who's driving the ship here? Man, you know how I do it. Man.
But so they had like bigger vendors and stuff, and there was the smaller guys sprinkled in that were trying to sell Black Series for $40, that kind of stuff. And then actually the most interesting thing that I saw, they had like this whole section of tattoo artists off to like the main. It was off to the side, but I've never been to a con where they actually had like an entire section. There was probably 20 to 30 different booths of people just doing tattoos. And like every person who was like at a booth, they were like officially licensed tattoo artist by Lucasfilm. I'm like, how the hell do you get that? Like, what do you got to do to get like certified by Lucasfilm to be a tattoo?
So what are they doing? They were selling some artwork, some prints.
Yeah, there was people like laying down in the chairs getting tatted up.
They were getting tatted there.
Yeah. There's one guy like I walked by. Yeah, and there was
in there.
Yeah, there was a tattoo pavilion. It was all off to the side, and people
that wasn't
Yeah,
like.
all right. I'd have to say they'd have to keep it separated.
Yeah, I can't see how. I mean, it would have to be
Health codes.
sanitized and health codes and all that, right?
But I mean, like, it is seriously like there's tattoo artists, narrow super hall, and then there's some guys selling Gentle Giant statues. It was just like I've never seen like that, like so close. I was like, damn, dude. So there was people getting like ATSTs on their like shoulders and stuff. Like everybody was. This was like a legit tattoo parlor shop going on, like in each booth, and they were full and booked. Like they all had their signs like all booked up for today. Try it again tomorrow. And I'm like, it's more power to anybody who wants to get inked on a con floor. So
Hey,
but
Dude,
just to be
do
able
it.
to say like, I was at Celebration and I got this.
yeah.
No, and it was super cool. Not exactly my style, but I mean, like exactly what you just said, Paul. Like, I mean, if that was, if I was a big tattoo guy, I'd be like, that's what I want. I mean, it was there, so it was cool for people, and the artists were, I mean, they were pretty good. So,
I wonder if they would allow people to get non-Star Wars tattoos while they were there, or if they were
Blasphemy.
or if they're licensed. But yeah, that would be hilarious. I want the Enterprise right over here.
like, go get the hell out.
Can you put Shatner on my chest?
Yeah. I did see some guy walking around in like a red shirt, Star Trek outfit with like a lightsaber through his chest. I'm like, okay. But yeah, that was cool. And then they had the mix. I mean, I was there for 3 days. I did the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I mean, after like Sunday, I was kind of just bored buying. Like I was going to the booth and just kind of buying stuff because it's like I feel like there was a lot to see. I saw it, but a lot of the booths were selling kind of the same stuff over and over again. Right. So it was like, I had a few things that I was specifically looking for. There was just a lot of people trying to offload like old Black Series stuff, which I already kind of have. So I mean, it was fun. So
did they have any $100 IG88s?
I saw some guy trying to sell the original Black Series IG88 for like $120, and I'm like,
Damn.
dude, you can go to Target now and get that for like $20, right?
It's not on the original card.
No. It's and then like, there were still people trying to sell like it's just the prices were actually kind of all over the place. Like that was kind of the weird thing. Like there was a lot of variations in price, but I mean, it was fun. It was all Star Wars stuff, right? So
coming home from this, did you feel like this was fucking awesome? You had a great fucking time, or was there anything that was like missing? Like, oh man, I wish we could have did this or did that, or were you fulfilled from your trip?
I think so. I don't know if I would ever travel cross country for it again.
Okay,
yeah,
that's a big no.
Well, the stupid thing is, and this is exactly what happened with TFCon. So I'm always like, oh, there's never any shows next to me, so I'm going to go travel across country. At that show, they announce that they're going to skip the 2-year break, and they're going to do Anaheim 2020.
Oh, geez.
And I'm just like, you guys, I'm an hour away from Anaheim.
Yeah.
Thanks, assholes. Anyways, and it's the same thing that happened at TFCon because I got over TFCon, LA TFCon, and I'm like, so I'm gonna just go ahead and
but you didn't have us there though.
That's true. That is true. But I'm going to offer my services to the realm. I will travel to a con for you, and hopefully it gets close to your city. So
we're gonna get you we're gonna get you a special Realm of Collectors bag, and then you can put patches on it for everywhere you go.
There's like 8 Chicago ones for some weird reason. I don't know.
I've been everywhere. Yeah.
It's funny. It's last 2 weeks ago, Nathan Haskell was here, my buddy Nate. And he carries a backpack with him, and every time he travels a lot, and every time he goes to a new place, he puts a patch on from where he was. He's on like his 4th backpack.
Wow.
On it and shit. So it's funny. That's interesting to do, man. Well, thank you for sharing your experience.
Yeah, man.
I mean, it sounds like you really had a good time, man. And you are a huge Star Wars fan. And there's something I need to talk to you later, off camera or off broadcast. We'll talk something. But thank you very much for sharing your experience.
Yeah, man, it's good.
I'm on beer 5, so let's see how far this goes. And with this Star Wars talk in the panel, when another trailer came out, we saw the Star Wars Episode 9 trailer. Is that something that we want to discuss maybe a little bit? I mean, we don't have to go into full details because we got a couple of things to talk about, but if you guys want to talk about how you felt or what got you, the ups and the downs, and what brought you in, and
the laugh at the end is what got me.
Yeah, I mean everybody's
dude, the laugh.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
there was a laugh.
Yeah, it was me.
It was like a chuckle.
Yeah.
A chuckle.
Hey, fuck all these new people, but you know what? I went back and watched episode 8 again, and I just and I'm sorry, Cam.
It's okay. It's not for everybody.
Old school Star
It's
Wars.
all right. I love it, Caleb.
Am I as big as
Cool, I know that.
Am I as huge as Star Wars as you? No. Was I a bigger Star Wars fan when I was younger? Yes.
Yeah.
Same here.
Is it still following me? I still have love for Star Wars, but not like you do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Dust, do you feel yourself feeling like guilty for not like the new movies? I don't know what it is. I just they don't do anything for me, and I'm like, what am I missing? What am I not seeing? Like,
did you feel that same way
you know,
about episode 1, 2, and 3 though, Paul?
No, I actually enjoyed them. I know they catch a lot of shit, but like I have fond memories from those.
The new movies made me like 1, 2, and 3 better.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Well,
I mean, Force Awakens was pretty cool.
Oh, the eyes.
I'll tell you what. To back that up, though, so like, I have very fond memories of
We're not,
disliking
dude. We're
prequels.
not bashing you or what you like.
No,
Just-
I
No,
know.
not at all. Not at all.
But like, kind of to back that up, so like, I forced myself to watch the prequels. Like, episode 3 is the most pain in the ass to me because I think that's the
Really?
one. That's the one where they could have
you.
fixed a lot of stuff, but they didn't. And that
That's
whole
not-
turn, bullshit. Anyways,
I walked out of the theater
Cheers, gentlemen.
angry. Episode 3, I walked out of the theater angry. I didn't even want to go see it because I was disappointed in Attack of the Clones.
Wow.
And one of my friends came and picked me up and said, "Let's go." I was like, "Where are we going?" He's like, "You'll see." And we get to the theater. He's like, "I'm paying for your ticket. I know you didn't want to come and see this." And I'm like, "No, man, no." At the end of the movie, I was just like, "God, what a piece of shit that was."
Really?
I've never cared for the prequels.
I didn't hate the prequels that much. I enjoyed them a little bit.
I can watch them and they're all right, but out of all of the Star Wars movies, and I'm including Solo and Rogue One, they're my 3 least favorites.
yeah, right there with you.
Man.
But to me,
That's
so like,
wild.
and I know, so for whatever reason, and then just to back up, not really back up, but just to jump on what Paul was saying, like I actually, for whatever reason, I kind of like the new ones, and because I like the new ones, and I see what kind of flack they're getting, I kind of feel bad because like I was a friggin' prequel hater, right? So I'm trying to go back. I'm like, you know what? I kind of get it now because there's people that love the prequels and I hated them. I like the new trilogy. People hate them. So I'm trying to go back and just be open-minded about it and going back and watching the prequels. I'm like, this is still, there's elements that I like, but it's like, I'm trying to appreciate them just to see why people like them.
The main thing
I respect
the explanation of the government and how things changed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how the Sith was quiet and how they came up and one Lord, one Master, one
Apprentice.
apprentice. Yeah, it's just like that whole thing. Now the whole midi-chlorian shit and all, and the Jar Jar shit.
Yeah, Jar Jar was shit.
There
Yeah, I
was
think everybody can agree on that.
prequels that I enjoyed, like the whole government aspect and how the rise and the fall. It was really interesting, and it takes pieces from history of our, you know what I mean? And
Which and those are all things I liked. Like I love the shadowy rule of 2, Palpatine pulling the strings, having the 2 faces. Like I love that stuff. But when they got to 3 and they turned Palpatine into a cockling idiot, I'm like,
she's lost the will to
all
live.
those faces and shit. Like when he was lightsabering, I'm like, dude,
She's lost the will to live.
coming from a robot. Like I'm just like, what? So
All right, we're getting a little bit off.
I'll go on mute for a minute. All right.
I'm pulling back. I'm fishing in here. We're talking about the trailer, the episode 9 trailer, and what did it for us. I mean, if you guys you want to do a quick round robin or you want to do free form, just don't speak over each other. Let's talk about what you liked, what you disliked. I know it's a teaser trailer. In my opinion, I'm not going too deep into it because I'm sure they are misleading us in ways, especially with the title. To me, I don't think it's all. I don't think Rise of Skywalker. I really hope not.
No.
The whole thing of Rise of Skywalker could be the rise of Anakin, seeing Anakin again as a ghost, or Vader, or
you could have Kylo Ren,
or Luke coming back, or Luke coming back as a spirit, or even Kylo finding Kylo finding his place. I don't know. So I'm not falling into that. Things that really gave me the feels was Lando. Seeing Lando with that smile, all I needed is, I swear to God, I saw 9 numb next to him going,
I did notice on the Falcon there's the round sensor dish back on it now instead of the rectangular one.
Yep, it's back to the old way. And of course, the laugh. I really like the fact of seeing the Death Star on Endor or Yavin, whichever one it's going to be. It's most likely going to be Endor, and I swear to God, if I see you up. Who the fuck is
opening a figure?
Shit out of a fucking box?
No, that's my bad. My bad. I had.
Oh yeah, it's your bad.
No, sorry.
That's
I was
old,
getting my.
yo, that's old school hangout shit. Who the fuck is opening something?
No, I
But
had
yeah,
to put
I
this
mean,
slip
to
in my
me,
book bag
that's
for my
what got me,
organization.
and what really turned me off is when I saw of course, the new characters. I don't know what it is about them. I'm just not feeling it. But that's my opinion, and I'm done talking.
Yeah.
Nobody has
I'll
anything
go.
to say. All right, we're moving on.
No, I'll go. The whole opening first half of that trailer. I mean, Ray in the desert, and the TIE interceptor incoming, and when
Oh
she
yeah,
took
another
off running and did the flip, dude, I thought that was awesome as hell.
desert
That
scene.
was sweet. That was dope.
But I don't think it's Tatooine. It might be, but I mean, it's either going to be Tatooine or Jakku. I wouldn't imagine they would introduce a third desert planet.
No, it would be pretty cool if she went back to Jakku to find out more shit.
Yeah.
Go
I
back.
think that would be cool. So I'm hoping that it's Jakku,
Who?
but yeah. And, of course, seeing the Falcon, that was pretty awesome. There's a shot of an A-wing. It looks like it's going down at one point, and it looked like that may have been Bespin in the background, but it was a really fast shot. It would be cool if we get to see Bespin again.
Yeah, I saw that. Maybe that's how they hook up with Lando,
Yeah, possibly.
or he goes back. Who knows? A lot of going back.
Yeah. But as for the Death Star focusing emitter, that big dish there, that in the water, I think that's actually the planet Endor, not the moon of Endor. So we probably won't see Ewoks.
Oh, yeah, nice. I forgot about that. It wasn't Endor itself; it was the moon of Endor.
Mm-hmm. As for the Palpatine laugh, I think they're going to discover like maybe a holocron. Maybe Kylo Ren discovers a holocron and he finds a message from Palpatine on it or something. I don't think we're going to see an in the flesh live Palpatine.
Yeah.
I don't think Rey is going to be a Skywalker at all. And as for the Rise of Skywalker, I think it's going to be the new title for a Force user going forward. I think there won't be any Jedi, there won't be any Sith, but it'll be a balanced Force user that pulls from both sides of the Force, light and dark side.
And they're called the Skywalker.
Yep, and they'll be called
All right,
the
I'm outta here.
Skywalkers. that's just what I'm thinking, man. But
Well,
yeah, that's all I got.
No, but
I'll give my
I
take.
have. Oh wait a minute, I let the hair out. Here you go. I did hear about like a balance, the new Jedi being a balance of evil and good. So, all right,
That's interesting theory. Skywalker being like a title instead of a person, just like Jedi, like a new title for Jedi. That's interesting. The trailer for me didn't really do much because Dust, I'm kind of like you. I enjoyed the old stuff. I do enjoy the series, but I'm not too heavily invested in them. So, I think these new movies are fine. This was a teaser, so it was just like, okay, you saw some scenes. It was just kind of enough to whet your appetite for what's going to be coming.
Yeah, they put enough in to sprinkle for us to love it, the old school guys, and the new people love it. They knew the exact balance.
Yep. So yeah, it's fine. I'm looking forward to it. I enjoyed 8. I wasn't angry with it like a way a lot of people were. So I'm interested to see how they close this out.
Well, I guess for me, and I'm with you. I enjoyed 8. For me, I mean, I got a couple of theories, but I'm interested in see how Palpatine plays back into things. I mean, you don't just bring a dude's laugh into it and not integrate him into the movie somehow. Hey, is Rey a clone of Luke? I want to see if that theory pans out. If that makes her a Skywalker, or I mean, heck, is Kylo Ren going to make a sudden change and Palpatine was pulling the strings on the whole time, and he realizes he was just a pawn in a bigger scheme to just get Rey. I mean, who knows? So I'm looking forward to seeing it. There's a whole bunch of theories out there, but I don't want to dig too deep because I don't know many of those theories. I just take the movies as face value. I've never read the comics, never read behind the scenes, but that laugh was dope. That TIE fighter scene was dope, and I'm interested to see how Poe's character plays out and what's the other guy's name? The black guy.
Finn.
Yeah. So I want to see how Finn plays out too. So if it's the end, let's see where it goes from here.
One thing I wanted to bring up. Did you guys notice there was no R2D2 at all in the trailer, but we've got that new little droid?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wheeled him out on stage. It was not that impressive, but
what's that little tread head, whatever he is?
Yeah, they were
like, he looked like he had little tank treads and just that like a BB-8 head on it.
Yeah, it was like it's like a one-wheel droid, and that was kind of part of the panel. They're like, and we want to introduce our newest droid, and this thing rolls out, and we're like, that's kind of disappointing, huh?
Right.
But yeah, I was kind of like, BB-8's a lot cooler. So
yeah, I like BB.
Yeah. For me,
well, you roboting just a little bit.
We coming back.
No,
pretty
we're
good,
still
man.
roboting.
All right, let's go to Paula Leon and see how we're going from there, and then we'll come back to you, Antoine.
I mean, I watched it once. Again, like the newer stuff. I don't know. Like I don't hate it. I mean, I don't go bashing it. It just isn't for me. Again, like I'm trying to do it with an open mind, and I don't know. I mean, it looks all right. I know I'll end up watching it. My son enjoys all the new ones, so I mean that's his his love for it. I'm more excited about the next series of Clone Wars.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. What you got, Leon?
I'm kind of with you when you was talking about the Jedi's, or Rey might be a clone, and then you got all these other Jedi's that or young Padawan, should I say, that has these force powers, like at the end of the last movie, where the kid made the broom move. I was thinking like maybe he devised a plan to make, like, when they were doing the clone, when he was creating his army, maybe, well, okay, this didn't work. I figured out a way to clone Jedis now, and instead of making just we're going to clone Jedis, and we're going to train them to use their powers, and because it's like Rey's young, but she's really powerful, from the start. You know what I mean? And they kind of like threw me for a loop, like, why, how all of a sudden now we got Jedis in the loop, and they know they have powers, but they don't know how to just control them or whatnot, and then. I wasn't bashing the new movies as to say. I was actually saying that the newer movies kind of made me respect the older ones more. I think the older ones lacked because they didn't have the practical effects like they should have. It had too much CGI going on. The stories and the fight scenes were the best. I mean, you got Darth Maul and they were fighting. Man, those are some of the best fight scenes in the series to me. But yeah, the laugh in the trailer got me, when they did that, the Death Star, whatnot. But yeah, I'm kind of with you on the clone thing. I think they're trying to create a new army, but he's doing it from behind, behind the curtain. You know what I mean? To create a stronger army, and I don't know, maybe how they had the you didn't know that the Emperor was bad, or we knew, but they didn't. You know what I'm saying? You got all these good Jedis, and all of a sudden he devised a way to turn all the Jedis against, or how can I put it? Turn all the ones that they're training into up against the ones that that were Jedis, long ago. Maybe that's where we may see the Force Ghosts come in of Luke and whatnot to help, fend them off or whatnot. But it's just a huge theory that I had, with the clones and everything. I just feel like he's devising a way to create clone Jedis, instead of just a military like army.
Man, that's a great point. That's a great theory. That's a good theory. If it pans out, that'd be dope.
Now, when we talked about earlier about a Jedi having the good and the bad in him, isn't that like a canon already from like a comic or one of the novels?
That's
Great Jedi.
So you think they're gonna like dip into that a little bit, even though they said it's not going to be part of the new Star Wars universe? You think they'll be cheap enough to like take a few parts? Because I know they already have taken a few hints from that already. So
Yeah, I think they would, and just give it an official name, like a title, like the
Yeah, that's
Skywalker.
cheap, though, man. That's totally cheap. Here they are denouncing it as being any type of canon for Star Wars, but yet they're gonna fucking pick and choose the fruit off the tree to say. You know what I
They've
mean?
already done that with Grand Admiral Thrawn in Rebels.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And arguably, he was probably the best thing to ever come out of the expanded universe.
Yep.
I was gonna say to the like the whole light dark Jedi thing. I mean, they got Revan back in the Old Republic games, so like and Revan was like, I think I'm the only person that played the online game, but there was a big Revan story in there, and it was like he was Jedi, was Sith, now he's like fully balanced, so he is light and dark. So if they decide to,
there's already a foundation back
there's
there.
already kind of a foundation.
Yeah.
What they're dropping hints on now is they're gonna start doing Old Republic movies. So
yeah. That's what I'm all about.
Yeah, so I'm all about.
Well, I mean, you also got the Force Awakens games where weren't they clones?
Well, the main character in that, he was not a clone, but they did make clones of him, and he found them. But the original, Vader plucked him right out of a village. And he was codenamed Starkiller, to give a nod to Luke's original character name.
All right, so I mean, of course, we're all torn between what we think and what we love about Star Wars, and that's what's the best thing about being a Star Wars fan is that, you like the old, you like the new, you like it all, and that's what we say about everything. Of course, this is one way to segue into another trailer. One of the big things that got me going was, of course, the pirated Mandalorian segment that was from Star Wars Celebration. Did they actually release that yet?
Not yet.
They still haven't.
So,
come on, just release the.
But it's kind of fitting that it's pirated, like
it's all over the place.
Star Wars Underworld, get a watch a pirated copy. It's good work.
Yeah, fucking dude, man. When I saw that, man, I got the fucking feels. I got everything about that little. I got the feels, the look, that era. I don't know what it was, but just something to me. It just got me. Of course, I'm a huge Boba Fett fan, so that has
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, where?
Oh no,
that has something to do with it.
Oh no.
See what they're bringing to the table for a TV show that's of course going to be on the Disney Plus. Is it Disney Plus? Streaming site? Having Jon Favreau and the dude from the Clone Wars being involved, of course, right? Isn't the dude from the writer from the Clone Wars in there or something like that, right? Of course, I'm just going by what I saw. But it just seems like it's gonna really fucking hit the ground running, and I think this is gonna be one of to be a Western type vibe, to have that Outer Rim, anything goes. They could bring so much into it, and it's of course, as they say in the trailer, the 5 years after Return of the Jedi, so we don't really know much about what goes on there. So
it's at a good point.
They
It's
can
at a
do
good point in history.
clean slate. They keep it anchored, but yet being on the Outer Rim, they could do whatever.
I like
and
the fact that
and it's not tied to the main saga characters.
Yeah, whatever they want, and they could sprinkle some of that new shit in there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Get us like, oh wow, that's how that started, or wow, that's how that's gonna be. So
I like the fact that it's like tapping into that like anarchy kind of like, so Empire's on the run, New Republic's trying to take over, but there's that lawless like every man for himself. So like they're on the Outer Rim, all like Western style, dude. Like that is like so my language, and that's everything that I've always wanted in a Star Wars.
Give me the Deadwood of Star Wars.
Yeah, give me that, man. And I'm like I saw that. Because that was like that's the one regret that I have. I didn't get into that panel, but I was there on the floor watching. I was like, "Shut up! I'm watching this trailer on the big screen." Every shut the fuck up. And that was just like they nailed it, And I'm just like, that's the attitude. Like, there's that one picture of him like up against a corner with his blaster, and like every time I see it, I'm like, psst, "Hey kids, want to buy some Disney Plus?" Like, yeah.
When he walked into the cantina or whatever the fuck it was. And just the look of the aliens and the way it just brought me back to that fucking old shit. I'm like, oh my god,
that practical effect.
Indeed. And if it's funny how much money that they're going to be putting into this for a streaming, you can't say it's a TV show because it's really not a TV show. I mean, can we say what Netflix puts on as their official programming, a TV show? Well, if it's 60 minutes, is that a TV show? If it's a series, then it's a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a broadcasted TV show. They're putting money into this, and I'm telling you right now, they, even though I pirate my shit, they will have my $7.
Yeah,
they will. If that's what I'm going into. My only question is, how long is Favreau and that team on for? Is they on for the first 4? Are they in for the whole? Are they in for season 1? Maybe not.
Favreau's the official showrunner, so
yeah. But how long will he be in for? Is it the full first season, half a season, couple episodes, and then someone
don't tease me with a few episodes?
You know how it is, because you know what, HBO did that shit. Martin Scorsese presents, and he directs the first episode, and then you don't see any type of Martin Scorsese.
Nothing else. Yeah, that's true.
Not saying the shows are bad, but you know what I mean. You're using the name to put the asses in seats. Yeah. But I don't think they need to use that name to put asses in seats because it's fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah, I mean, I think with him, John Favreau, he's in.
Hold on. Everybody. 1, 2, 3. Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
I'm sorry, guys. Trying to keep it.
Mad DeLoreans. What?
What?
Marty,
get in there, Marty. DeLorean. Marty.
The Mandalorians, like I was all in on the comics. Like again, tying back in the old Republic stuff, like the Mandalorians from that, like Tales of the Jedi, those Mandalorians, like that's it. My one, so I'm actually not a big Dave Macaroni, whatever his name is, the guy who did the Clone Wars and Rebels. Like I'm not a big fan of him because a lot of the ideas that he introduced, I'm like, it's kind of weird.
Man, Clone Wars was great.
Clone Wars, all right. But like what he did to the Mandalorians in Clone Wars and Rebels, I was kind of like, I don't know if I like that take on them. But
because it's not the original Knights.
They're like space Vikings. That's what they were. They were like, let's go fight the Jedi just to prove how badass we are. Okay.
The funny thing was like why we love Boba Fett so much is because he had that armor, and then you find out like he just found it and threw it on. You know what I mean? He wasn't a Mandalorian. He was an original Mandalorian, and it's probably going to be the same thing for this guy. That's going to be in the next one. So, like, of course, it's kind of like, okay, he's just a Boba Fett copy. They can't just use Boba Fett, you know. But
that's right, because Boba Fett is a copy. I mean, he's a clone, right?
Mm-hmm. Django was the clone.
Yeah.
No, Django was the original.
Django was the
original.
Yeah. I kind of liked it more when the Mandalorians were like kind of nomads. They had their clans. They kind of had their groups. They would go test themselves against the Jedi just to be like, we're a bunch of badasses. Then they gave them a planet, and then they gave like the whole. I was like, yeah, I guess they kind of settled. Like they grew up a little bit and had to go get a wife and like settle down. Like that's like the Mandalorians that we see in like Clone Wars and Rebels. But like I like the fact that this dude is Mandalorian. He's a merc, like out for hire. Like that's what I want.
I'm just hoping that he stays true to the Mandalorian ways, and it's not just someone that just ran across the armor. You know what I mean? The armor was passed on. You know, or you used as a scare tactic. You know. As a bounty.
That ties into that whole Clone Wars, the last season they're doing, because I guess part of that new season is the Siege of Mandalore. So maybe we'll see like what happens.
You think that maybe it will coincide with the show?
Because like when we see them in the Clone Wars, they got a pretty established planet, right? Like because they used to be conquerors, and they would go over. Clone Wars, we see them in an established planet. They got a government and all that stuff. And part of the last season of Clone Wars was supposed to be what happens to the Darth Maul loyalists that were there and all that stuff in the Death Watch. So a big focus of the new season that they're bringing out is the Siege of Mandalore. So maybe we'll see that whole planet go completely to shit.
True.
You know, and then this is why now this Mandalorian's scattered and he's on the Outer Rim and he's trying to make a living. I'm like, that's what I want to see. Like, give me that. Like that's my
like.
I always forget that like the Clone Wars is part of the fiction now.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to. I think I tapped out like season 3 or season 4. I don't even know how many seasons they have. Probably 2. And I'm saying season 3 and season 4. I didn't get far. If I remember.
No, it was like 5 or 6 or something like that.
I didn't get far. and maybe it's of course now that it's off, but I don't really need a streaming site. I get everything whenever I need. Yarg. And yeah, I need to go back and give it a watch. I think I kind of fast forwarded and watched the whole Darth Maul shit. To see what the hell that was all about, and I thought that was pretty interesting and pretty cool. So let's see how they're going to incorporate that also, being that's part of the universe now. But yeah, man, I'm hyped. I'm hyped, man. It's like, you know, as much as you get hyped every week for like Game of Thrones or Walking Dead or whatever you're into, like every week, man, I'm kind of hyped. I really hope
Tomorrow night.
I really hope they just don't drop everything like a whole season, and I'm hoping that's not what they do and just make it a weekly thing. That would be kind of cool.
I was just gonna bring that up.
Yeah, because you know what? I think we're spoiled with Netflix dropping seasons, and I think it's like fast food. You eat it, and you shit it out, and you're like, all right,
you don't get a chance to really digest it.
Yeah. You're like this. Oh, Whopper, Big Mac, fries. You're and then you're like, all right, pizza.
I think I read somewhere that they're going to be rolling it out weekly, similar to what DC does on their streaming service, just putting out the shows once a week. Unlike Netflix, although I do like the Netflix, like binge the show, watch it as much as you want. Stop, because if it's a show that's good, then you could just rewatch it and rewatch it and rewatch it at your leisure. If it's not so good, you're gonna be like, but at least you got to blow through it if you wanted to.
I think with me, with the Marvel shit, if it was weekly or if they dropped 2 at a time, I would have been more interested. Being that I have to just go through it and want the guy to binge it. And I think that's just on me. It's not the show itself. I get turned off and I get bored and I fall asleep on the couch and I drool on myself, and it just
one of those dead
depends on the
episodes.
show for me.
like what's the last one on Netflix that you said, man, I'm watching straight through, and you did?
Ultraman.
Like 2-3 nights, you know what I mean?
It was probably the last Punisher.
Putting Paul on the spot.
Ozark. I think
I would have to say, I'd say Punisher season 2.
Dude, I got like 3 episodes and I tapped.
Really?
Punisher.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I kind of like.
I still enjoyed it.
So go ahead, man. Go ahead. I've been talking much. Go, Paul.
No, I'd say I definitely like season 1 better, but season 2, I caught some grief, but I was happy with it. I love that character.
There was a lot of talk
he
about
was
season
he
2,
was
so I think that
great.
would have been it.
Oh yeah. Well, he's perfect.
I preferred the first season so much more over the second season. I think the second season really suffered from no Micro being there.
Well, because Micro was he's doing that season of Nosferatu now.
Yeah.
I can't
But I
wait
really
for that.
loved that dynamic between
Should have
those
brought
two.
Newman in. Newman!
Yeah. Well, Newman's Micro didn't last but half a movie.
As much as Warzone gets fucking hate, man, I really think that they
that was a superior movie to the
they
first one.
really encompassed the Punisher, War Journal Punisher, and the look, the feeling, and just fucking McNulty just fucked it up for me. Just like out the wire.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
All right. Back to what we're doing here. We're gonna segue into what we think about Disney doing their Disney Plus. You guys in? Are you guys ready to give up your $7.99? What do you expect? Do you think they're gonna drop all the Marvel movies on there at once? Will they drop all their Disney movies on there, like their old school animated shit? Or is it gonna be like old Winnie the Pooh? What is that? What we're getting? And the occasional, once in a while, a good flick. What do you expect? Do you want them to drop their whole catalog at once for $7.99? I don't think they're going to do that. But what are you guys expecting, and are you in? Let's start with Eric.
I am in for sure. Even if I wasn't personally in, I'm in because I got 2 little girls, and it's going to be a wrap. They want to watch documentaries.
What are you expecting?
Whenever they can. So what I expect them to do is to drop some of the vintage Disney stuff. You're going to get a handful of that. Slowly but surely, you're going to probably start at the beginning of the Marvel MCU universe. They're not going to give you all the newer stuff just yet. They're going to give you all the older stuff, snatch it off the other platforms. And then I think they're going to give you the series where you can binge watch them a la Netflix, with a little bit of Hulu on certain new stuff. So like certain things will probably be binge worthy. But I think they will give you some new stuff. Like The Mandalorian probably will be episode to episode.
I think that's
week
going to
to
be
week.
that and Clone Wars are going to be their showrunner. That's going to lead the pack.
Yep, I agree.
That's what's going to put asses in seats, in my opinion.
I agree. But I'm expecting them to bring back the Earth's Mightiest Heroes Avengers. I think that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, all those little cartoons. Yeah, that's easy to do. It's
yep.
They're sitting there doing
Fox back, so I'm hoping I get the X-Men animated. Even though I've been watching it on DVD, it'd be nice to stream it without having to go find a link.
Yeah.
So that's what I expect.
And hopefully that'll inspire some people that aren't into it to get into it, right?
Yep.
All right, Jose, what do you think, real quick?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be down, right? We're talking about the streaming service. The cheap price of it, I think $7 a month. Maybe they'll offer some type of incentive if you pay ahead for the full year. I mean, I've went out and had a night of drinking where I've spent more, and that shit doesn't mean nothing the next day.
$8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do $8 at Burger King.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you think about it like that,
by the way, so,
yeah. So I'm definitely going to be in. I went on the DC streaming service as well, and even though the content is a little light, I do enjoy the content that's on there. Supposedly this Disney streaming service is supposed to have way more content, so I think it's going to be well worth the $7 or $8 a month.
Well, you think they're going to hold out and wait up? They're going to, I don't think they're going to, like I said earlier, I don't think they're going to drop their load earlier, but they need to really come out the box. You know what I mean? They really come out the box.
They got to show strong.
Yeah. No, they really got to be like, fuck Netflix, fuck all that shit. We are giving you nerds what you want.
Yeah, I think they'll have a good amount of content to launch with, and then probably roll out new things as the months roll on. You know what I'm saying? But I think with Disney and everything, their catalog, I mean, there's just a abundance of material that they could put on that site.
I'm not saying I want to get fucking home base on the first fucking month, but I don't want to go home with blue balls either. You get what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Let me get about second. I'm happy getting the second base.
That's it.
Sorry about that analogy, but all right, Josh, you are the streaming master. Shout out to your podcast, All Queued Up, where you talk about streaming shows and shit that's online. That's a little plug for you, my man.
Well, thank you.
Let me know what you think, bro.
Oh, I'm in. I mean, it's $6.99 a month. So it's a great value.
Was it $6?
Yeah, $6.99.
Oh, Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Piss $7.
How could you not be in at that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 2 months just for me.
But I think they're probably going to have a majority of their catalog up, ready to go, rolling out.
They need to.
I think, in order to compete. I don't think they're, because they're going up against not only Netflix but Amazon Prime as well, and now they're going to have
your Amazon lose all that shit.
Well, they are now the controlling partner of Hulu. They own 60% of Hulu with the acquisition. So
and
anything in their catalog,
but you got to think also not your regular nerd shit. All their regular movies.
Exactly.
You don't realize that Disney, or it's a sub company of Disney.
Like their Miramax stuff.
Their
R-rated stuff that was on other studio titles that they own will all go to Hulu.
Dumbo Drop with Ray Liotta.
But yeah, I think they're going to throw pretty much everything they've got on the platform up front and load stuff to Hulu up front. And like their ongoing series, like the Clone Wars and Mandalorian, will be a week-to-week thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're going to see everything shifted over and ready to go day one.
And that's just thinking like it's a week-to-week thing for Star Wars. Think about all the other franchises that they hold on to. They could do week-to-week. Think about the little kids actually being interested in cartoons again, because you know what, a new generation of Winnie the Pooh fans are awaiting the new Winnie the Pooh cartoon that's coming out, or anything like that. To say, you know what I'm saying? I'm just paraphrasing or just using that as a fucking example. But I'm really hopefully we get this next generation to actually remember some of these older characters and whatnot. Die off, and because the generation is coming up, I don't get it, man. It's tough. and here I am talking to another topic. But Josh, you done, bro?
I was going to say the only thing I don't think we're going to see thrown on there is "Song of the South." And
Well, yeah.
Maybe Pinocchio.
Yeah,
The original
maybe
animated
I don't know.
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio was smoking cigars and
that
drinking. You know what I mean? That
dude,
was
when I was 3
that was
years
me when I
old,
was-
that scene terrified me
yeah, it was.
because I was thinking if I did anything wrong, I was going to turn into a jackass, just like those guys did.
Yeah, you know what the fucked up thing is about it? Like they see it as a bad thing, but you know what? It's a learning lesson.
Yeah, it's a frame of time. Gives you a frame of time for when that stuff came out,
and it teaches you a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know
anything but that.
Fucking generations.
But yeah, I'm done.
I'm glad I'm gonna be dead. All right, Caleb, what do you think? Real quick.
So I'm in. So I'm a big Disney nut. My life ambition was to be a Disney animator back in the day. So like my family's all in Disney. Like they've already said that they're going to open up the vault, right? So the vault was like this thing where they would just like Bambi or Little Mermaid, like every 5 years they would re-release them on DVD, right? So that's already like they're launching that. So I mean, considering the amount of content that Disney owns now, like I'd pay $7 to see old school DuckTales, you know?
You
got all about that.
Like you got all that stuff, like Rescue Rangers, like all the 80s stuff, like Gummy Bears, like all that shit is in their back pocket, you know? And it's like, you know, the X-Men now, like they own Fox, right? All that stuff, like the amount of content that you can get for $7 a month, like it's a no-brainer. And then like,
well,
just the casuals that they're going to bring in, like anybody with a child is going to buy this thing because it's Disney, you know? So it's just like, it's stupid money. Like it's just, so I think they have the infrastructure to pull it off and the technical side because they've been buying up tech companies left and right to kind of get this thing off the ground. Like I think they'll probably do spurts. Like they'll be like, okay, here's Little Mermaid, Bambi, blah. Next month, you're going to get Sword in the Stone, Robin Hood, like the 60s. Like they'll probably go in ages, but
here's the thing. What if they said, here's what you get for basic, and for $14 you get premium, which has everything.
I would go 14.
You're gonna pull the old bait and switch on us?
Yeah. No. I mean, Netflix is done to me because it's like a majority of the properties that I love and watch are now owned by Disney. Like,
but I'm just saying, like the Disney Channel, what they say, the basic is this, and then for I mean, more, you get all of that. I mean, even for $14, if you're giving me all that on the table, I think I would be in. And this is a guy that steals everything, guys. I got Cody, Terrarium TV. I torrent everything, man. I haven't had cable in like 5 years. So I mean, I have my internet, of course, but you know, other than that, man, you know, just think about that. You know, just I am definitely in just to have that. If they're gonna put it, I'm gonna see what they have and what we're getting with that. But I could see them trying to pull a little fucking fast one. $7.99 for the first 6 months. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope they don't do nothing stupid like that.
I mean, of course they will, man. Look at the day and age we live in. But Caleb, you done, dude?
Yeah. The only thing is, I think Mandalorian will be a weekly series. Like, I actually prefer that because like, Punisher 2, like I know I could binge it, but I'm always like, oh, I got to set time away to binge it. But if it's weekly, there's like a set sense of urgency, and I'm like, I can't miss Sunday at 8:00. Like, go to hell, everybody else. So I'm hoping they do it a weekly schedule.
All right, Mark 44 Prime.
I am definitely in. Just like Caleb said, they just for the vault alone, I would pay that for. My daughter just turned 1 Sunday, and I would love to have her grow up. You know. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
HBD.
She's adorable too.
Appreciate it. Sorry. Little mini me, yeah. But I would love for her to be able to grow up. My son, he'll be 14 this year, and he's kind of into some of that stuff. But I would love her to grow up, you know, being able to see some of the stuff that we used to watch. Like you said, gummy bears. Oh man, that was one of my shows.
In the air and everywhere.
Right.
Speaking of gummy bears,
you know, man, that was fun, man. Every day after school. Yeah, every day after school.
You did not just call Matt Tummy Gummy.
I did not say that. I would never call
What's up, Matt?
Hey there, everybody.
Gummy bear.
What's up, man?
But yeah, man, I'm definitely in.
Awesome.
Good,
Paul.
good, man.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. You done?
No, go ahead. I'm good.
All right,
I'm definitely in for sure.
Paul.
Yeah, I
your
mean
thoughts?
we're in. I mean, we're gonna be cutting that cord after Game of Thrones is over, and we're just gonna stream everything. We got Netflix. We'll probably end up doing Hulu.
Well, Paul, you know what? It's known around the block that if you need your local buddy to hook you up with a little fire stick that has a little couple things, I am the guy to talk to. But that's off air. We'll talk about
Yeah,
that.
we might have to discuss that.
Yeah, it's no problem.
But yeah, I mean, like everybody's been saying. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, for $7 for the amount of stuff you're gonna get, even if they do something where it's it's 3 months or 6 months or and then it goes up to 14, or you get 14 for a premium service. Look at how much they have.
Yes.
Like their catalog.
What if they just give us Mandalorian and Clone Wars? Just
I'm still in. That's the stupid part.
I'd watch it for. I'd get it for Clone Wars.
I'm with you there.
Yep. But Gavin. I mean, he's into a lot of it. He watches the shit out of everything. Like, well, when we started watching the original Clone Wars years ago, it was like, oh, Gavin, check this out. I was like, something we can watch on the weekends. Oh yeah, cool. He's all about it. All of a sudden, like 2 days later, he's like, oh, I've been watching. I go in and it's like he's already like two seasons ahead. I'm like, dude, what's up? Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. I just got watching. I couldn't stop. I'm like, man, you hung me out to dry.
I thought we were doing it together.
Right? So this was like father-son shit.
Yeah. Fuck you, Dad.
Right? That was it.
That's funny, man. Yeah, man. So it looks like we're all across the board ready to go. Matt, what do you think, man? Deluxe. Shout out to Matt Deluxe. Baldwin's in the house. Hell, Hasbro reviews and all that other shit.
Hey,
trying to cock block doing a live show the same time we did. But it's all good.
And it jacked up too. As
what happened? Yeah, some technical difficulties.
Yeah, I need to get a new router or something. But,
Cricket Wireless, great internet.
Yeah, you know what? I pay over $100 for my internet just so I could keep this thing going with us.
Very nice.
Because you know what? If I'm hosting a Hangout, I have to compensate everybody's internet signal.
Right. Yeah.
So
I've reached out to my ICP, but it's.
You're gonna get another hamster. You're gonna get another hamster on the wheel.
I hope so. I'm trying to get to.
What's up, man? You down for that Disney Plus, man?
Probably we have.
Is there enough to bring you in for $7 a month?
I think so. I mean, my wife likes Disney, so I think she would be on board. We would probably cancel Netflix and then just go to Disney. Everything's going over to Disney anyway, so they're going to rule the world in about 5 years. So,
yeah.
But yeah, I think $7 is a good deal. Now, is that set in stone?
Oh, wait. You said that. It's like we're going to get Terminator robots with big mouse ears on them.
We're going to have Mickey
Hey!
You're gonna have Winnie the Pooh gonna sit on the Lincoln.
Come with me if you want to lose. By the way, guys. You heard that joke here live on the air. I'm the first one to do it. Hey, I'll be back.
We're all gonna be huddled in some shelter and be like, "Dust was right." Oh my god,
motherfucker, steal my shit. I'm coming for you.
I think the $7 is going to be for a long time. Do you think? I think they may just up that up to $20 like next year. What if they do that? I mean, would you still?
We talked about them raising the price after the first couple of months. If you get
reel
us in, they reel us in, and then be like, oop. But even though if they're going to drop their whole fucking catalog, their whole vault, as we would say, with all this new programming,
yeah.
And everything that they own right now is everything that we want. The Marvel shit, the old cartoons, the old Disney stuff for your kids, the Pixar shit. No, Pixar's not there. But the Miramax and all that other underground Disney fucking shit that we don't know about.
Yeah.
Just think about it. It's probably everything that we were like, even think about
like every family, so forget the nerd stuff, right? But it's just like why Fisher Price is the highest selling toy company ever, because it's like if you're a baby, you have a Fisher Price toy. If you're a family and you have a child, you're gonna have Disney Plus. So it's just like it's kind of a no-brainer, man.
Right.
I wonder how it's gonna affect their channel, the Disney Channel, because cable's dying within I say
I
five.
think that's why they're moving
cable
in that direction.
Yeah, and I hear
They
you
see it
get an
coming.
actual subscription to that. So like if you have Disney Plus, you can now use the Disney XD app and all that stuff.
Oh, so it's
or
like
watch-
HBO Go and HBO.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
if you go for
Exactly.
HBO, you get HBO Go and all that. Yeah,
But do you think that they're doing it to protect themselves? Or they're preparing for what's
they
happening
see
as
the
far
future.
as how people watch.
They see the future.
Well,
Now,
that's
Disney is smart.
see, this is where it's going to backlash. This is where the cable company is going to be like, all right, you're paying $75 a month for internet access. You're getting unlimited gigabytes a month. Now we're going to do gigabyte packages. 100 gigabytes is going to be 125. 200 gigabytes a month is going to be,
They're already doing it.
225, and 500 gigabytes is going to be $4.95 a month. I go through 400 gigabytes a month on my internet program. 400, anywhere from 350 to 400 gigabytes. Up and
They've
down.
already been doing that. I have Comcast.
Comcast does it here.
They implemented that 2 years ago.
Really, for you?
1,000 gigabyte a month data limit, and where Misty works from home and where I do so much streaming content, we were going over it in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And they were
Holy
charging
shit.
they were charging an extra $10 for every
gig. Every 10 gigs, right?
For every 10 gigs you went over, it was another $10 charge.
Yep.
Wow.
Mhm.
Or you could pay an extra $30 a month and get unlimited.
Unlimited.
Well, I got to looking at what I was paying, and I was like,
go the unlimited.
I switched to a business internet account because it's cheaper and I get a quicker speed. So I get about 200 gigs download and 40 gigs upload for less than what I was paying, and I was only getting 25 gigs down and 5 gigs up before.
Wow.
This is what's going to happen. The cable companies are going to do whatever the fuck they can to continue to make the money because there's more and more people cutting the cord every fucking day.
Yeah,
like
so
I said, I cut the cord 5 years ago, and it's fucking liberating, man. Liberating. My cable bill was $300-something a month. She had 2 DVRs, all these fucking channels, all these fucking girl programs. What are they? The fucking the beach, the fucking this, the that, the fucking this thing that.
That's sexist.
It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
He said that's sexist.
No, it's not. I'm just saying, man.
I mean,
You know what the fucked up thing is? I kept everything going for 6 months because maybe she'll come back and she want to watch your show.
Here's Sad Dust at the door. He's like, I took your show's DVR for you.
DVR because you know what? The cable bill was in her name. Fuck you. I'm sorry. Kumquat. That's what I said. Kumquat. I'm sorry.
I mean, like we cut the cord probably 4 years ago and just been on Netflix, and I don't even know what's on network TV. Like people are like, I don't know what.
Same thing with me.
Yeah, and then people like tell me, oh, this show. I'm like, I watch it. I'm like, this is crap. Like I don't want to pay for this.
Yeah.
So like, to me, this is Disney's way of also sticking it to the cable companies because it's like, they don't get charged their licensing fees from the Cox and, Comcast. Welcome to California. Cox down here. But, yeah, I mean, it's also a power play by Disney, too, because they're flexing their muscle. Like, we own everything. We're going to do our own damn service. Like, screw the cable companies. Screw the entertainment industry. Like,
well, the reason is because the cable companies monopolized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What happened with no monopolization of fucking brands and companies? It's bullshit, man. It's happening behind us. Disney's doing it. Disney's absorbing companies like a fucking sponge. You know?
I mean, like, look at what cable's offering, right? Because it's like, they're still antiquated because it's like, hey, here's $75. You get to choose these channels. Like, look at all this crap. Look at this crap.
You get
care about how many ESPNs
2, 4, 7, 9, and 11 for $70.
It's like if the cable companies were smart, they would have been like, you can pick and choose your stations, and then you can, there's $75. Choose 10 stations. But like
they'll never go to an a la carte plan though,
and they will never will, and that's where they're going to probably die off in the next 10 years.
The reason why is because they only have to pay so much for certain channels, and then more popular channels they have to charge more for because they agree to pay the exorbitant fees that these stations are saying. Well, if you want to carry our service, you've got to pay us this. And then, boom, that's why they have all the tiered packages. And then, of course, shitty stuff is thrown into your basic package, but better stuff is thrown into your
good things.
The better stuff that you really want are the higher tiered packages.
And then they give it to you for free for 6 months just to bring you in. Any satellite? Anybody on satellite here?
I used to work for DirecTV, and I worked for them for home. So
over here in my development, there's a lot of satellite dishes, and I don't know if it's just because there's a lot of I have a huge Spanish to say or Spanish
Spanish speaking community
or Spanish like maybe they want the satellite. I know people say that satellites to get the home channels and sports games and all that other shit, but there's a huge amount of satellites here, and I never looked into doing that.
It's more expensive.
I don't know. Is it expensive? Is it?
It's
cheaper?
more expensive than cable.
Really?
Some of my friends have it around here, and it's like they don't do it for that, but
how do you get satellite internet?
Oh, you don't want satellite internet.
Yeah, that's T2, man. That stuff is slow.
That stuff is garbage, and you're talking about limited.
Was on internet on satellite.
Yeah,
my connection is not working. I'm out. But shout out to Antoine jumping into the R.O.C. Hangout for the first time, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. I wish
it was good seeing
around.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, satellite internet. You talk about bandwidth limits. They limit you to like 15 gigs of data a month. And then you have to pay $10 for every extra 5 gigs or something like that on most plans.
And God forbid a squirrel takes a shit on your fucking satellite. You fucking
clean
it and fucking.
Or like weather, like if it rains or something, like your internet speed
In
drops.
the snow,
that sucks.
Your dish ices over. That impacts the signal.
Now my TV goes out. I have DirecTV, and my TV goes out whenever it rains.
You got satellite?
Yeah, I don't have it for internet. I have the Conway Corp around here. But,
he knew I was coming with a joke, so he's like, "I don't have internet."
No, I don't have the internet, but I do have DirecTV. Just because I watch football and I get the NFL Sunday ticket.
Yeah.
But since the Redskins always suck every year, I may just drop that too and just go.
Dude, I'm telling you, Matt, just PlayStation View, with a sports package.
Fuck that PlayStation.
Well, here's the thing: you can still use it on your PCs, tablets, whatever. It's a TV service.
Hey, Matt, let me tell you right now.
You can use it on a Fire Stick.
Streaming services. It's my man Josh. Tilt got you.
Oh, I know. He's talked to me. We've talked on the side about it.
Yeah.
Matt and being naked together, but other than that.
Oh God, yes, that's the dream right there.
We can talk about that on the side.
Touch our bellies.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I tried out PlayStation View because they had a local TV channel. Because I'm like, the last time I watched local news was probably when I was 10, right? But like even with PlayStation View, like the channels they were still offering, like the content, like I don't care about mainstream TV anymore.
Right.
If I want to know what's happening, like I'll open up Facebook and be like, I follow all the local
news. Goldbergs and Blackish.
But it's like even PlayStation View couldn't. I want a streaming service.
Well, you sound a little snobby. That's what you're saying. That's what
it's California, dude.
Well, here's my next question. We got Disney Plus, and you have now DC's doing their DC streaming.
Nope.
What's next? How many different streaming services are we going to get as nerds? And this is what they're doing right now. It's cool to be a nerd, and it's profitable. So they're really banking on us as nerds. Or geeks to say, I don't want to say nerdy geeks, but to put out dollars in the basket for them. When is it going to end? What's next? What is it going to be? More streaming sites? Are we going to drop Hulu, Netflix, and all this, and just go straight geek streaming? You know what I mean? This is what I was thinking the other day. Like the DC stuff that's coming out, the TV shows, they're getting better. There's a lot of things that I saw that look pretty cool. The Swamp Thing, you saw the Swamp Thing promo. I'm pretty interested, because I'm old school and I remember Swamp Thing. But for that to be a TV series, it's kind of cool. Krypton season 2, they just did the new promo for that.
So that's not on Sci-Fi anymore. That's on the Disney. That's on the.
That's on Sci-Fi. It's still on
Sci-Fi.
Sci-Fi.
Was it on Sci-Fi? I thought it was on DC.
It's on Sci-Fi.
But they had Lobo in there. But what's going to happen? Is everything going to just transform and move on to a streaming service, and are we all ready to take away what we're doing now and put our $60 a month for 5 multiple apps to go to
I say give it 15 years, man, because you still got a lot of older
15 what?
folks.
15 years?
15. I do
years.
think it's 15.
Shit, 15 years.
Before everything-
I could be dead.
15 years. We're gonna be answering to, "Hey, how are you, robots?"
Yeah, I think before everything goes streaming, you probably got about a good 15 years, man, because you still got a lot of older
I got
folks
15
who
months.
just, man, I don't think so. Because you got a lot of older folks that's still paying for cable, man.
Dude.
They're going to do it.
Yeah, but you know what? How long did it take for people when cable came in for people to still have the antennas and aerials on the top of their TVs? You know what I mean? You know, they had the old rabbit ears and shit like that. And they were getting the local 5 stations. And then when they finally said, you know what, we're not broadcasting no more, get cable. you know what I mean?
You're left with no choice.
I was working for DirecTV at the time, and there were still customers that had aerials to get their local channels.
Areolas?
Yeah, those two.
Where I grew up, we didn't even have cable lines till '94.
Yeah, same thing with me, man. When I lived in the projects, when I moved out, we didn't have cable.
My father was like, and he's old school Italian. He's like, no, we don't need it. I'm like, come on, Dad, I just want to watch something. You know, like, I'll split the bill with you. You know.
When I used to go to New Jersey to visit Steel, man, I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. You have 65 channels. I had 2 through 13, and not all of them worked. And then you went to a channel called U. It was a U.
Yeah.
UHF.
Yep.
U. And then you had another dial underneath that had 75 different fucking channels underneath it.
Yep.
And I would get things from Italy and fucking France and all these other places. I got the Hercules cartoon and old school hip hop. Shout out to Video Music Box on fucking 31 and 35. You know, that's where it's funny, man. Like anybody that had some sort of broadcasting or some sort of, you can do your own show in your own house and put it out there. There was like a porn, and you just had to fucking find those channels at the right time, man. It was crazy.
Agreed.
It was like ET phone home.
Did you have the scrambled porn also?
Oh man, me and Steel back in the
Channel
day,
99.
and like he had that scramble box, and it had like a tuning.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, oh shit, I saw it.
Is that nipple? Is that nipple or
And then we were like this. Oh shit, dick. Oh.
Let me whip it out and masturbate real quick with that nipple.
No, we didn't do that.
Oh, not y'all two, but me. I did.
Maybe you alone, but no, not us.
But you gotta think too, like, I mean, just like the cable example, right? Like, I mean, I grew up with friggin' tinfoil on an antenna, because I was out
on some rabbit ears.
in the rural sticks of San Diego. You know, like you go 10 miles outside of the city limits, and then it's like, back 10 years, right? So it's like, I think cable's gonna stick around because that to some people is the new technology, right?
Yeah.
Like broadband services is not out 20 miles of the city limits.
That's exactly what I mean.
So I mean,
we tend to forget about we tend to forget about the hillbillies and the low.
The older generation. My father's 72. He just got his first smartphone, but until
he probably hates
2 months ago, he had a flip phone.
Yeah,
and he didn't because I asked him about. Well, you got my number in your phone. He's like, yeah. He opens the phone up. He's got a piece of paper with names and numbers written on it. Yeah, I got it in there. I'm like, no, Dad, you can put it in the phone. He's like, no,
it's in the phone.
I don't want that.
It's crowbarred in there. Oh,
that's
man.
hilarious,
Love it.
bro.
That's funny.
But I could see like every major studio having a streaming service because that's
yeah.
Like, I mean, a Warner Brothers streaming, because they got DC, so they got all their Warner Brothers, all the old classics, all that stuff. Like, I could see that. I'm trying to think what's not owned by Disney right now.
When it comes down to the point when like the channel, like you have an NBC streaming, you have a CBS streaming, ABC streaming, that's enough. It's enough.
Well, Disney bought all of Fox except for their sports stuff. I guarantee you, Fox in the next couple of years announces, "Hey, we're going to do a Fox Sports streaming service and break away from cable company packages."
Yeah, when Disney will get McDonald's. No, oh, that's a fat joke.
Well, I mean, you think those are like two of the most powerful corporations in the world? Jesus.
Hey, they were just giving out.
All they got to do is partner with Amazon and give you a free Happy Meal in every Prime order.
All right, guys, man, we're past 11 o'clock right now. We've been going for about an hour and a half. If anybody's got anything else they want to throw in here right now for the broadcast, let's talk about it. Anybody on the panel want to get a new topic going? Other than that, we'll just probably go off air and just continue with the unbroadcasted. So
I got
this is it, man. Bring it out. Bring it out. Bring it out.
So with the upcoming figures we got coming out here, let's go for Transformers.
Oh God, no. This is gonna be an hour fucking long conversation.
Nope, no, it's not. Who's all in on that Fans Toys Motor Master is coming in a few weeks, and the Limbots from X Transbot.
Here we go. And this is what I said earlier. I said the old school Fans Toys fans are now Fans Toys haters, and the old school Fans Toys haters are now Fans Toys fans.
I agree.
It's like a Dr. Seuss fucking mentality going on right now.
Say that again. I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm in on the Fans Toys.
I just take it all as a case per case. You know what figure I'm looking at. Who as far as Fans Toys. I mean, I'm still relatively new, being into the Masterpiece game, and
same here.
I mean, I don't know. I take it as I see it.
See, you know what?
I've seen other people have problems, and I haven't had those same problems.
I'm XTB for the Sunicons, but I'm probably gonna buy him because you know what? If I change my mind a year from now, I want to be paying fucking 3 times the amount for that fucking piece.
Right.
Now I gotta come out of
you
pocket.
can always sell them.
What sucks about it is I gotta come out of pocket anyway just to get this fucking thing and put it on a fucking shelf in a box and see what's up. And it's part of the fucking. This is the part of the fucking the hobby that I despise and makes me not want to do this anymore. But it's the game. It's the game. Yeah. You remember The Wire? Anything happened in The Wire? Well, it's the game. Well, this is the game. This is the game.
Crack, baby.
That's the game. Baby.
Can't get enough of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Matt was told to go to bed.
I think Siri just told his ass to go to
bed. Hey, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna be right back. My boy's got a broken collarbone, and I gotta help him get up into bed.
Oh, please, bro. Don't even. You don't have to explain.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off too, guys. I gotta get up here.
I was trying to wrap this up until fucking Eric brought this fucking comment.
Hopefully, I'll be back on soon.
We could save this topic for tomorrow if you guys want to do another show after your Easter celebrations. I am here. And I will definitely, if you guys want to do this again tomorrow, I'm definitely in to fucking do this again tomorrow.
Are you on vacation or something?
Yeah. What the fuck am I then? On vacation? I got no. You guys are my family, so why wouldn't I not want to spend?
We love you too, big guy.
We gotta be naked though.
All right.
Relax. Relax with the big guy. All right. I know I gained a few, but relax.
Okay, $7 to get on this panel, man. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out to at sales Realma Collectors at gmail.com. But yeah, man. If you guys want to do another hangout, I am down for tomorrow. I know it's Easter, but the festivities end and people are just chilling out. I will definitely be around. I'll throw that rock signal out there. Not the bat signal, it's the rock signal. Throw it out there and see what's up, man. We'll come up with something. Maybe we'll how about tomorrow we talk Transformers and toys only?
Cool.
How about that? I think we had a really good time tonight talking about other things and Star Wars and the streaming sites. Thank you, Caleb, for your Star Wars Celebration story. Thank you guys for talking about what you think and what you don't think about, or what you like. Rambling, like and don't like about the streaming sites and what we came at Mandalorian. Everybody say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Mandalorian. It should not Mandalorians. Mandalorian.
Sounds like
maybe tomorrow night, around this time, 9:30. Just let me know. Hit me up. Let me know what's good for you guys after your festivities and the family's out. we could do another ROC Hangout live, and we'll go from there.
You guys have a happy Easter.
Yeah, man. Happy Easter, happy Passover, happy holidays, happy whatever, happy sitting there being by yourself, happy whatever the fuck you're doing, man. It don't matter. But happy to everybody. So real quick, let's say goodnight. And who else to start off with? Mr. Goodnight, folks.
Thank you for having me on. You'll have a great night and a wonderful holiday and be safe.
No doubt, man. See you tomorrow. We're
you
talking
guys have a good-
Transformers tomorrow, Matt. You got to be here.
I want to be on that movie. I'm sorry.
You know, tomorrow will be a Do You Even Transform, Bro show. That's a Realm of Collectors, old school. You know, when we used to do those shows. Eric, what's up, man?
Yo. See everybody tomorrow. Thanks for having me on. Enjoy your Easter. Enjoy your holidays if you celebrate. If you don't, come on in. Hop in with us. We'll see you.
How would you say?
Oh, man. Well, wait a minute. We have to fight against fucking Walking Dead tomorrow.
No, we don't.
Man, we did good without it last time, so they'll be all right.
No, the season's over.
Is on.
No, what's tomorrow? No, Game of Thrones. I'm sorry. Game of Thrones is on tomorrow.
That's for a little bit.
So I guess if anybody's a Game of Thrones fans, they won't be on the panel. But
yeah,
I mean, we could do it at 10 because tomorrow it's only a 58-minute episode. It's not an hour and a half. So we'll see.
Right.
We'll see what's up. Whatever the fuck it is. Jose.
Thanks for having me, guys. Happy holidays. And yeah, probably see you guys tomorrow as well.
Fuck yeah.
RTX all over social media.
Fuck yeah. The hair's going. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. All right, Josh.
Yeah, everybody enjoy your Easter. If you celebrate, be safe if you travel, and glad to be here tonight. Take care.
Hey. Caleb.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. Hopefully, I didn't nerd out too much, but that's what I'm
No,
here
dude.
for, right?
Darth Caleb.
So I'm really happy though. So you guys can find me on YouTube, Mandalore 2280. I'm really glad I picked that name now. Check that out. Yeah, look at that. Like I'm a fan or something. But no, thanks again, and happy Easter, everybody. Okay.
Mark 40.
Yo, thanks for having me, fellas. Good looking out, Jose. For schooling me a little bit on how to work this damn thing.
Anybody out there that needs to know how to do this, just hit me up.
Yeah,
we'll tell you.
Yeah, I started to hit you up. That's I know you hosting, so I didn't want to bother you.
Nah, that's cool,
man.
man.
Yeah, hopefully I can get on some more shows. I'm gonna be on sick leave probably in about a month.
Perfect.
And do a little snippy snip.
So what are you using? What are you using? Right now? What are you using?
Oh, I'm using my phone right now.
So you're using your phone with your headset.
Galaxy.
Your headset is Bluetooth to your phone.
Yep.
See how easy it is, people?
Well, when I tried to get on, he said hit the link, and I went to the link, and it'll take you to the update or Yeah,
you gotta copy and paste it and email it to yourself.
Yeah. So he told me to do that.
You gotta take the link and copy paste it, and email it to yourself. I don't know why. It's been like that for fucking 5 years. It's been like that from the beginning of time. Email it to yourself, click the link, and you're right in. You slide.
It's you Android people. We don't have them problems with iPhone.
No,
it worked.
With iPhone, man. Same way. Apple the same way.
Hey, hopefully, Eric, I see you at the con next month.
Yeah, man. A month away.
Get that meetup going.
All right, cool. Paul R.
Great night, guys. I love doing these when I can.
Man, thank you for coming through, brother.
Hey, I look forward to all the shows during the week. I catch them live when I can. If not, I'm listening the next day.
Thank you.
I actually, and Matt, I'm glad you're here because Gavin, we finally caught up on some videos this weekend, and Gavin heard you shout him out from your NJCC episode, and you lit that kid's day. I mean, the weekend after NJCC, he went on a camping trip and he snapped his collarbone in 2 places.
Oh my god!
Oh wow! Sorry to hear that, man.
And that kid is tough as nails. He didn't even bitch or complain until I think it was Tuesday morning. Wow. He's like, "Yeah, my arm really hurts." He's like,
that's when
I think I gotta get it checked out. I'm like, my wife. Yeah.
Paul, can you do me a favor? Can you call Matt a cacksucker?
Cacksucker.
Yeah, your Matt's off air right now. You cacksucker.
But
Well, thank you very much, Paul, for popping in,
great
man.
hanging with you guys tonight.
Yeah, man, this is what it's all about, man. You know, this is how it all started, man. You know, it was before broadcast. It was just a bunch of guys just hanging out, talking about whatever the fuck, getting on conversations and talking about nerdship and then personal life and getting to know each other, texting each other, talking to each other, hanging out with each other. You know, and this is what it's all about. I'm trying to bring it back, man. I want to bring this whole fucking hangout shit back. So, whenever you can do this, man, I rather. It's great to do it on broadcast, but if you do it broadcasted, other people could see what we're doing and the magic that we're building here, and be like, "Yo, I want to be in that. I want to be part of that," and then they'll come in and do this, man. So, it's my promise. It's my promise to the realm to start getting these back on and keeping them going, because they're kind of like slacked. You know what I mean? But, you know, the times are kind of hard. You know, Saturday night's a rough night. We all got things going on. It's kind of like Saturday night, people going out. Saturday night's a rough night. But I think tonight, man, thank you very much for the turnout. I'm very happy with you guys coming through here.
That was great.
Yeah, man. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. Start off my vacation. Started off good. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 dead soldiers on the table.
Nice.
Plus the 4 I had before. And we are going to continue on unbroadcasted. So if you want to jump in, the link will be in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. If you don't know where the Realm of Collectors Facebook group is, just go to Facebook and search Realm of Collectors. We're the only ones there. Make sure you subscribe here, hit the like button, whatever the fuck it is, the bells and the whistles and all that shit. This is not on iTunes, so you don't have to give us a 5-star rating, because you know what? Whatever. This is what we do here. This is the meat and the potatoes of all this shit. This is the foundation. My name is Duff.
Meat and potatoes.
I'm on vacation, so hopefully I'm going to skate through the week on some of these podcast shows. If you want to hear some of my bad jokes and look at me getting drunk, but you know that's awesome. That's awesome. Shout out to everybody on here tonight. It's been a while, man. I need to do a right out the box. I don't know. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing. Maybe we got to do a little right out the box this week. Who knows? But shout out to the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. We're doing a little something with them, and everything else. On Mondays, we got Breaking the Mold on Tuesdays. I guess this week is a figure banging week. Is it a figure banging week?
I think so, man.
It is. It is. It is a figure banging week.
You sure?
Yeah, it is.
Jesus,
we didn't do one this past week.
I gotta do.
Yeah, the last one they did was the Megatron. I mean, from Beast Wars, and that was when it first came out. So,
and that was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Fuck. We're still live. What the fuck?
Yeah, we're still live, man. And
I was talking.
I'm definitely gonna do something on Thursday, and then I got Friday, and then we got another Saturday because I don't go back to work until Monday. So, all right, guys, hit me up. Hit me up if you got ideas. You want to
fuck that Friday show on the Realm of Collectors channel.
Friday, if they'll have me. Didn't you hear what I said?
No. I just said my bad.
And I don't know if I did say that. I just kind of crowbarred that in there. I don't know. But if you guys got any ideas for any type of shows, topics, or whatever, just hit me up. We could do something, you know, any of those days. It doesn't matter. Who knows? I could go live at fucking 9:30 a.m. I'll not be up at 9:30, but you know what I'm saying. But I'm just gonna try to keep it cool, fun, and let's grow a little bit more. We got an influx of a lot of new people into the Realm of Collectors Facebook
coming
group.
in today.
Shout out to Bobby shouting us out on his last video. So let's just hopefully maybe, you know what, you get 40 people that come in. If we got 10 people that stay and become active members, I'm happy.
There you go, man.
You know,
I always say quality over quantity.
That's it, brother. And you know, it's Chris would say, I'm done talking.
All right, fellas, y'all take care.
Join us
Good night,
here.
guys.
Going off the air. Anybody got anything to say? I'm shutting the fuck up.
Wish somebody shut me out.
Deuces.
What?
Good night, everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry. Al Hasbro reviews in the house.
Bye, Aaron.
Well, we did
all right, guys. All right, Deluxe. All right.
We did outros and you got yelled. We were getting yelled at, bro.
Hey.
All right, so Matt. All right, here you go. Matt, give us your outros.
Oh, I forgot.
Wrong show, bro. Hell Hasbro reviews.
That's Toy Detox, man.
Shadowcast. No, that's
Toy
not
Detox.
Ghostbusters. You're singing Ghostbusters.
That is not Ghostbusters.
It's
That's
Ghostbusters. Did it.
Yeah. I don't hear you, man. I think it's Toy Detox. I really do think it's Toy Detox.